Yo, 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 yo! It's Friday. It's time to be in the only place you should be on a Friday. That is watching Minis and Muscles, the place where the brawn meets the brush. We are here. It is Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. How are we all doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're all good. I hope you've had a lovely week. I hope you've all got good health and you're all feeling perky and cheery. Well, been a week, a long one. But we're here, we're at the end of it. I'm looking forward to the stream with you guys today. So hopefully we'll have a few of you join in. We'll just wait whilst you log in and jump in on the chat. I shall dunk a biscuit whilst I'm waiting. Yes, yes I shall. Biscuit, you say? Yes, a bourbon biscuit. Nothing better than a bourbon biscuit. So, thank you very much for joining. It is absolutely wonderful to have you here with me. Hello, hello. In the chat, Honey Ann, hello, hello. Yes, wonderful for you to join me this evening on a Friday. It is the end of the week. We have made it, as I said. Hopefully it hasn't been too painful in terms of your weekly chores with that hideous thing we call work. And you have managed to have some fun and sustenance through your hobbies, which lie hopefully in the geek world. And that's why we're here, isn't it? Because here on Minis and Muscles, as always, we talk everything geek, everything geek and everything cool, whether that is, well, I don't know, maybe some people will say it's not so cool, but we talk about things from Dungeons and Dragons to Warhammer to retro gaming to just general geeky topics. It could be anything you want to talk about, really. It could be Pokemon, could be anime. I don't really care. I love it all, so that's okay. So this week, what is the focus of this week, Steve? Well, Steve, I shall tell you what the focus is. Again, we will continue our kit bash, so that's what we'll be painting and building. So our kit bashed Rhino tank and we're changing the Rhino into a God, is it an Inferno tank? I've forgotten the word for it, but we have got our stained glass window that sits on the back, and we'll look more at that shortly. So just a quick peek at the beginning of the stream. But yes, immolator tank, that's what we're converting it to. There you go, I remembered the word. Not Inferno, but immolator tank. So we've got our Rhino, and we'll continue to do that. And we will... What we're going to do today on that? We could start actually painting things, because I think everything is ready to be glued into place, and the actual tank should start to build out and be painted. So that is what we're going to do today, I think. Aside from that, our general geek topic to chat about, I think this week let's go with breaking the stigma between you know, being a geek and why it's actually cool to be a geek, you know, and sort of breaking the stigma behind being a geek, you know, so people don't think that being a geek is crap and it's useless and it's rubbish. Actually, what we are promoting here on this channel, that's for sure, is that being a geek is cool. Being a geek is awesome. It's cool. You can do, you know, you don't feel like you're constrained by the four walls of society and how they expect you to roll out every day of your life and what they expect you to do. So you don't have to look cool on your social media. You can just do whatever you damn well want. So that's going to be our general topic. So just stick loads of stuff in the chat. During the building of the model and things like that, I'll just continue the conversation. We'll bring things up as we go. Of course, it wouldn't be Minis and Muscles if we didn't have our muscle moment. So for our mini makers, we're going to talk about obviously mini making, and for our muscle shakers, so our mini makers and our muscle shakers. For those muscle shakers out there, we are going to talk about Legs Day, focusing on training legs, why it's important, what's good about it, what you should try to do, what you shouldn't do, all of that sort of good jazz. And of course, as always, the chat is always open for you guys and girls to jump in, say hello, talk about stuff, and let's just have a flow. Really, apart from me choosing these topics every week, really the reason why I choose to do this channel in general is just to have a community, build out a community of friends, of you know, a community of friends, of people, a group where you can chat freely about all these sort of geeky topics, and you know, just chat rubbish really on a Friday, because, you know, let's face it, going out in the pub and getting stone drunk on you know, anything, and racking up a huge bill is not particularly productive for the body, for the mind, or for your wallet. So let's do something productive, and let's just have a lovely friendship group. Bearded Veteran is saying, Steve, good morrow to you, sir. Well, hello to you too, Bearded Veteran. I hope you are well. Well, you've just joined us at the right time, because we've spoke briefly about what we're going to do. So, without further ado, let's get into our sort of painting segment and start that off. And let's go for a review of our tank. And let's see where we are. So, let me... Oh, I didn't bring my mouse over. Oh, gosh darn it. So I have to use the mouse on the actual MacBook. So let's bring in our phone cam. So here is phone cam, as shaky as ever. But this is our kit bashed immolator tank. We have a lovely saw on this side. We have a lovely death claw this side. That's what I'm going to call it. We've got our Sisters of Battle flag here that's mounted. We've got two custom built flamers that move. So our custom built flamers are there, and they're sort of built in. We've got a hunter-killer missile that's sat just here. We have, let's just spin it around. On this side, we've got a lovely little Adeptus Sororitas sort of shrine and seal, purity seal. At the rear, we took the gunner from the front and we've placed her on the back. I am going to smooth out this green stuff because if you look there, it's a little bit jaggedy, looks crap. I am going to smooth that out. I did it pretty quickly, so that'll be smoothed out. But she is sat now at the rear. If we spin the tank round. Over this side, we've got a little pulpit and we've got a set of little candles because behind the pulpit sits the one and only Minis-N-Muscles Steve Miniature. There he is. Let's bring him into view. And I've also pimped him out with an actual 40k flamer pistol. Well, it's actually a flamer gun, but I'm converted it into a flamer pistol. But it's kind of on the big side. But that's alright. He's muscular, so he can hold that flamer. He's all good. So if he's going to stand there, he will be stuck down once we paint him. So he's going to go there. And then the piece de resistance for our emulator tank is the stained glass window. Look at that as a stained glass window. That is cool. Look how awesome that looks. So obviously, oh god, and I'm throwing it everywhere. So there's the front and the back. If we hold it up to the light, it looks pretty cool as the light sort of shines through, right? So that is what we've got there. So that is where our tank is right now. So the stained glass window does need to be glued on. We will do that today. And then I think it's really about starting to paint the tank. I probably won't paint Mini Steve just yet. Let's turn this camera off so I don't have to continue to hold it. But I don't think I'll paint Mini Steve yet. I don't think that's right just yet. Actually, I think it's really about painting this tank and getting this tank looking more like what it should do. So, you know, we'll pick a couple of colours and start to go through it. Bearing in mind, this will sit in my army, my Sisters of Battle army, and that is the Armated Lady theme. So reds and blacks. So I will probably be using a variety of this one, which is, oh, there we go. There we are, Mephiston red. And then for a slightly darker red, corn red. So they're the two reds that I'll be using mainly on this. Black is just going to be this black here, which is Abaddon black. Then you've got silvers, so we're going to be using for silvers largely lead belcher. We'll do some highlights as well with some other sort of colours as well, but these are just the basics. So we've got the blacks, silvers, the reds, and then gold, because there is a lot of gold on this tank as well. So areas like this sort of Inquisition eye in the centre there, that is going to be gold. And for that, we're going to use a nice bright gold. And I can't find it right now. It's, yes, Retributor armour. So that's kind of where we're going with the tank, and they're the colours that we'll be using to begin with. There will be some variants, so like on the golds we'll bring in a bit more bronzy kind of colours. With the silvers we'll try and bring in some lighter silvers and shades. There are areas that recover white, so for example this Sisters of Battle sort of Fleur de Lis or whatever it's called, that is white. So for that we'll be using Corax white. And then we'll start to just sort of pad it out and do bits here and there. And there will be some other colour variations. Anyway, so a bit of veterans saying in the chat, Stevatron is looking awesome. Yeah, I'm quite chuffed with how the Stevatron's turned out. I was a little bit apprehensive to begin with, but it's actually looking quite cool. So it's chock full of stuff. So like when you look at it, like a basic Rhino tank, it's like quite plain. This has just got stuff everywhere. I went kind of crazy. So, but anyway, don't worry about that. So how are we? Honey Ann, how has your week been? Bearded Veteran, how has your week been? I'm going to munch a bit of banana cake whilst I'm sat here. Are you having a good week? What's new in your world? just whilst I get my wet palette ready, we don't need the tools, so let's move those out of the way. So I'm going to just start putting some colour on this, which will be nice. So I'm just moving my tools out of the way and just freeing up my space, just so I'm not too crowded. Because I normally like to stick loads of stuff around me and then I end up sort of losing myself a bit. Bring in my coffee, because that's important. And have that last little snack on the banana cake. Dropping half of it on the floor, never mind. Maybe my cat will eat it. Right. So, where are we going to start? There is plenty of silver on this and plenty of golds. Whites, crikey. Well, let's see. I think we'll start with silver. So what's Bearded Veteran saying? He's saying he's not too bad. Been doing the usual live streams and working on my Saint Chamond tank. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Very, very cool. Oh, where's my little mixer gone? Yeah, my broken mixer. Damn. 2 seconds. Let me just grab that. It's literally just sat to one side. I haven't ordered a new one, and I probably should. And this time I will order the slightly better one rather than going completely cheap. So you know when I say to you guys, oh yeah, you know, you don't have to buy expensive stuff, you don't. But if you do use the cheap stuff loads, sometimes they do crap themselves a bit. As has my little paint. Oh yeah, it's buggered. It's really not liking that. Come on, Shaker. Do it for me. Do it for me. Come on. Oh well, let's try. Oh, I'm glad you're Bearded Veteran. Your streams are going well, and you're continuing on with your tank. This is good news. We'll go back to the shaking. It's a bit of a workout, so you know, it wouldn't be Minis and Muscles if we didn't have a workout, right? So maybe that's what we should do. Like half the session, we should just shake pots, shake paint pots, just to keep ourselves fit and healthy after eating all these bourbon biscuits. Oh, and Honey Ann, you're in America, so you wouldn't call these biscuits, you'd call them cookies. But here in the United Kingdom, we call them biscuits. But they're cookies. And we dunk them in our tea or our coffee. That's like a very British thing to do. If you have never dunked a cookie into your tea or your coffee, Honey Ann, hot by the way, not cold, hot tea or hot coffee, then I advise you do it. But just don't do it in things like matcha tea and green tea. That's never going to come out right. Has to be coffee, black coffee, or coffee with a dash of milk, or tea like English tea, like a breakfast type tea with a dash of milk in it as well. Then you will find that you'll enjoy your biscuits more. So you just dunk it in. Be careful though, because you dunk a biscuit too long, they fall apart. There we go. Right. Oh, also on Sunday afternoon we'll be doing a game of Goblin Quest on my Discord server for the first time, so that members can see how it works. Cool! So, Bearded Veteran on his channel not only does models and stuff like that, but he's going to run some Goblin Quest, which is a tabletop RPG game. It's very fun. It's rather crazy. You control a group of goblins. You have your own goblins as in a group of, I think it's 5 goblins that you have per player, and you have various tasks that you have to set out to try and achieve that are given to you at the start of the game. And then you sort of roll to see how well or crazily bad it goes. It's an amusing game. So if you like chaos, and I don't mean the Warhammer faction, I mean chaos as in just complete madness, Goblin Quest I think will be probably right up your street. So on Bearded Veterans Discord they're going to run a game of it on Sunday, so that's cool. I hope that goes well. Haha, thank you for the lesson on tea etiquette. No problem. See, we're multicultural here at Minis and Muscles. We cater for everybody. It's only because as well, going out to the States with things like work and stuff myself, I say these things and people go, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, oh, okay, right, I need to educate you now. So I'm used to that. That's okay. It's quite funny how you have such differences between two countries when actually they're very similar at the same time, if that makes sense. It's it amuses me. So all I'm doing now is just prepping my paints. Just getting a load onto my wet palette, just so we're ready and we can blast away. Slop it on there. There we go. So that's my black on, that's my red on. Black, red. What else do we want? White's probably the next one. And gold. And red's probably last. There we go. Get some white on. Boop. So how's your week been, guys? What have you been up to? Tell me how it's all gone. Come on, sharesies. What's been happening? Getting my white in the palette there. Oh dear. It's a bearded veteran saying yes. Five goblins. Squarish is the GMing it for us. Yeah, nice. So Squarish, who joins in the chat here quite often, will be GMing. So if you fancy a game of Goblin Quest on Sunday, the 20th of October, you can jump onto Bearded Veterans Discord channel and join them. It is a rather crazy fun game, so if you do have the opportunity, I would suggest you give it a bash. Right, I'm just knocking off a bit of dust actually, because I don't know where. Maybe it's biscuit crumbs that I've thrown across my model, quite possibly. So I'll just brush it off quick. Righty. Okie doke. Right, I need to sort this sodding thing. Just all the time. I just want it to stay closed, so I'm going to have to magnetise that, aren't I? But if I magnetise it, there's no handle for release. Okay, how am I going to do that? Could magnetise it. I could magnetise it just there on the edge. Alright, well that's another problem to think about later. Righty. Okay. So, let's see if our side cam is working. Oh, there it is working, but we've got half of a thingy there. We want to do it that way. Hey, where's it gone? How's that working? It's working there, but not here. How ruddy stupid. Right, let's just get rid of that, shall we? Every week. Why do you do this to me? So let's copy that and let's drop it into here. Paste it. Aha! And I need to rotate it. Oh no. View. How do I rotate it? Oh! I've completely forgotten. Oh no, this is awkward. Oh dear. Oh, it's on the right click, isn't it? There you go. So, order. No. Where's the bloody rotate? Sorry, guys, for this technical hitch. One. No, need to rotate it twice more. Two. And three. There we go. Okay, so let's move that in. Let's start shrinking it down a bit so it actually fits in the box. Okie doke. Let's just drag that and move that to there. And oh, sod it. It can just stay there like that. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. So let's just zoom out a little bit. Just because the tank is quite a large piece, so yeah, it's quite a lot to see. Yeah, let's keep it like that. That's not a bad angle, is it? So what we got going on? Oh, chat's gone crazy. So, Tiffany's saying hello. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? Hope you've had a good week. Modders, yay. Hello, boss. We'll have no work chats here. This is Minis and Muscles, I tell you. So you don't have to call him boss, Tiff. It's okay. You can just call him whatever. As long as it's kind and polite, of course. Righty, so let's start getting some actual bloody colour onto this model, shall we? We're starting with silver. And let's start on this nice chainsword thingy that we stole off a dreadnought. So I think it's quite cool that we stole it off a dreadnought. It has no in-game functionality, but it looks cool, and it was one of the only pieces I had that was lying around that looked awesome. So I stole it, quite frankly. Stole it off the poor dreadnought, and it's now on my tank. So, what was my general topic that I wanted to talk about? And that was being a geek and sort of breaking the stigma of being a geek. So I think, you know, you guys that are listening right now will probably agree with me. And do pipe up in the channel if you don't agree with me. But quite often, geeks are sort of seen as uncool, as idiots, as fools and all the rest of it, right? Am I right or am I wrong? First of all, so people see geeks as, you know, especially in a sort of school environment. Let's take us back to those days of school, if you can remember back that far. I'm actually talking about myself. Some of you may be way younger than what I am, but if you can remember back in the days of school, you know, it wasn't cool to be a geek. So doing things like, you know, Warhammer, Magic the Gathering, card game, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever that was never cool at all. And to do that kind of thing, it was quite, you had to be fairly brave actually, because, you know, you'd have the sort of school bullies or your school tough kids or cool kids or whatever they want to call themselves, who would, you know, come in and take the mickey or whatever, and try and, you know, spoil your fun, basically put you down for playing these kind of games. So what was your experiences, guys? Call him what oh, sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. Beady Vetch says she loves it, she does. Yeah, call him whatever. Okay, hello whatever. That packet of hobnobs is getting smaller and smaller, young modders. I take this as a personal in-house joke that I don't understand. But yeah, so quite often, you know, there's a big stigma that's attached to doing these kind of hobbies, and really it stems from school bullies, who actually are a bunch of morons anyway. Why did anyone ever listen to those people, or the cool kids, you know? Well, they thought they were cool, but they were actually a load of idiots, you know, trying to keep the language as clean as possible. Just in case we have some younger viewers. Let's get some silver on that. That's good. One problem with this tank actually is there's a lot of black, which is good but not good. But there is a lot of black on this tank, so I don't know how it will look when it's sort of done and finished, but we'll see. Yeah, what was your experience as a school, guys? How did you find playing these kind of games? Was there a stigma attached to it, or is this just something that was at my school? I don't know. I would assume it would be everywhere, but I could be wrong. But part of the reason why I started this channel in the first place is because, you know, I don't think that's right at all. I actually think geeks have way more fun than the cool people do. You know, even if you take these morons that, you know, are cool on Instagram or whatever, you know, they're cool on Instagram, you know, they're posing for these stupid photos, but they can't take a break to look uncool. They have to look cool all the time, and they have to be makeup perfect for the girls, or you know, for blokes, for some weird obsessive reason they wear trousers tighter than what their missus wears. It's very strange. I never quite get it, but that is because I firmly sit in the geek world. I need to raise this light a bit, don't I? Because we're missing out on that. There we go. That's a bit better. No, I need to spin that. I always get freaking confused by these cameras. I can't work out what the fuck. Look at this. I can't even work out which way to go with my blooming tank. Oh man, been a long week. Yeah. She's a moderator for my channel. I pay her in packets of hobnobs. Ah, fair one. Fair one. Packets of hobnobs, very cheap. I suppose they are the premium biscuit nowadays. Again, sorry, premium cookie here in the UK. Hobnobs are seen as like quite a good cookie. It's probably something equivalent to maybe, I don't know, what's the American cookie? Would it be Ahoy? Ahoy cookies? Something like that? Or oh god, what's her name? I can't remember her bloody name. The old girl that makes cookies, bakes cookies. You might be able to help me out, Honey Ann, and tell me who that is. I can't remember the bloody name, but not Mary Berry, because that's a UK version, but the American version of Mary Berry. The old lady that cooks cookies. I can't remember. So didn't even know they existed until a few years ago. What? You didn't know hobnobs existed? Oh, come on. Where have you been living, bearded veteran? Like, literally under a blooming rock? That's madness. McVitie's hobnobs are like... They're like an institution here in the UK. How did you not know? Maryland? No, I'm not talking about Maryland. I'm talking about a US equivalent of what the cookie would be. It's not Maryland. It's something else. I can't remember the bloody name. It's an old lady, and she cooks and bakes. She's like an American icon. I can't for the remember life of me. Oh, no, I didn't know RPGs existed. Oh. Crikey. Okay, yeah. Oh, so you're talking in reference to your school upbringing. Yes, sorry. I get lost in all my conversations. Yeah, so... did I know RPGs existed? Not really. So I would say tabletop RPGs I didn't know existed. I did know Warhammer existed. I did play the card game Magic the Gathering. That was very geeky. But I enjoyed it. It was cool. At the moment, what I'm doing right now, just so you know, and you don't think I'm just doing nothing with this tank, is I'm just painting this claw up, getting some base colours in here, just so it starts to look like something rather than nothing. So we're just getting this in here. Oh no, what's happened there? Oh, that's alright. I thought I broke something, but I haven't. It's just this little piece here. The hunter killer missile's just fallen off. That's alright. Panic over. Just felt something drop into my hand. I was like, oh no, what have I broke? But it's okay. We're alright. Sorry if the camera angle isn't great here, guys. Maybe I should zoom out a bit. Maybe that will help. Aunt Bessie. Is it Betty Crocker? Mrs. Fields, yeah. Betty Crocker, Mrs. Fields. Yeah. Is that the one I was thinking of? No, I don't know. Betty Crocker is a good name, though. As in, I do know who that is, but... is that the one I'm thinking of? I can't bloody remember. Let's just smash out a list of cookie creators, shall we? I was too busy trying to get out of Welsh lessons to play games. Ah, yeah, fair one. I wasn't a very good kid at school, to be fair. I can admit that. I'm happy to admit that. Was it a mistake? Yeah, probably. But, you know, it's okay. We all learn from mistakes. And that's okay. It's all right to make mistakes. Same in painting. Huzzah. Because I make plenty of those. Ooh, here's an update for you guys. I went on a painting course the other day. So there's a place near me. So Brighton is a city near me. And I went down to Brighton and to a local game store and did a painting class down there. And it was largely based around blending the colours. And I'm so stupid on some things and understanding things if people don't quite explain them right. For my pea brain, that is. I didn't understand what he was talking about when he was saying, right, we're painting this leg, split it into thirds so we can like start the shading. And I started going, because he was talking about the light coming down, so he wanted colours coming down, and I split it that way, and oh god, it all went wrong. Yeah, it was rather amusing, but by the end of it, the model didn't look too bad. Could it have been better? Yeah, 100%, but it weren't that bad. To be fair, so I didn't notice on the bottom of this claw there's a bolter, which is great because this tank anyway, the emulator should have a heavy bolter, so that's actually really good. Nice. Didn't realise that. So again, we'll just cheat across these tubes here, and to give them a sort of that 3D effect with the black underneath, we're just going to lightly brush the silver over so that it doesn't go into all the recesses. So lightly brush the silver. It's not dry brushing, but it's a bit like that, I guess, where you're just really gentle. Just so and you go against the grain. You don't go, if the line is going from left to right, you don't then use your paintbrush left to right. You go against it. You go down. Just in case anyone's trying to replicate this sort of paint technique. It's quite a cheaty, quick way of making it look quite cool and like a tube. That gives it that kind of 3D effect. What else is going on? Tim Tams. I had my first one today. Oh, Tim Tams. Yeah, they're okay. They're not bad. But they're Australian. So, not from the great US of A. I remember being on deployment, and I used to come back. This was whilst in Afghanistan. I used to come back to the main base every now and then, and they had where the British were. We shared a camp with the Americans, right? So the Americans always had a massive, what's called a PX store. So a PX store is like a shop. The British call it a naffy shop. The Americans call it a PX. And we as British soldiers could go into the American PX. And oh my god, they always had such good things in there, man. Honest to god, they had the best stuff. Like, and that's where I loved and fell in love with the cookies there they had. I'm trying to remember the damn name of them. But, I can't remember. Anyway, they come in like a tub about yay wide, and you rip the resealable packet back and it's got like 3 rows of cookies, and they're so good. They were so good. But they were nice. I liked them. There was loads of cool stuff in there. That was nice. I liked that. Oh man, there's a lot on this to do. A lot of silver. Yeah, so I'm talking about going back to our original topic on the geek world and you know, that sort of stigma. And I think, like I said, it stems from school and that, you know, want to be cool and want to be grown up. But actually, I think that's you should be doing the opposite. You don't want to be grown up. Being grown up sucks because you have to do adult stuff. And if you ask any grown up now if they enjoy doing the adult stuff, no, Of course they don't. Nobody wants to do the adult stuff of paying damn bills and, you know, sorting out a mortgage or whatever it is. Adults don't like that. So you kind of strive as a kid, I found anyway, you strive as a kid to want to grow up really fast into something. And when you do, it's just well, not rubbish, but it's just like you have to leave behind all these kiddified things. And you have to grow up to... And I think that's really sad. And that's where, like, I think that's why a lot of kids think being a geek and doing these kind of games like this or tabletop role-playing games is sad. Because, you know, it's seen like you have to grow up really fast. But there's so many cool things about tabletop role-playing games and the benefits of them. It's absolutely awesome. So it kind of makes me a bit sad when you think about how geeks are treated in schools. And I look back and I think, well, if anyone that I went to school with would be watching this and then thinking, oh, well, you weren't very nice to me and I was a geek, and well, I'm sorry. I should have been. Yeah. So you've got that sort of in school as well, if you go back to that. And even in the real world, right, you've got your stereotypical jock or sort of gym bro who, you know, is into sport and loves sport. And then you've got your stereotypical geek, which, you know, quite often is sort of that nerdy kind of look, sort of a bit gaudy, wears crazy odd clothes, you know, often is portrayed in glasses for whatever reason. Yeah, and it's just seen as not the thing to do, which I find very strange now looking back at it all. But, you know, each to their own, I guess. But that's not for me. Did you ever go to the Ali Al Salam PX? No, I didn't. No. Unfortunately not. But I would imagine most PXs are very similar. With the same kind of thing. You know, I used to go into the one... This one was in Afghanistan. And what was it, on Leatherneck. And I remember seeing... You know, they had like Mountain Dew and all these like different cool sodas. And you know me and my sodas, I'm an absolute soda freak. And I couldn't believe it. They had this massive black, like plastic 100 litre or maybe bigger, like plastic tub, just full of sodas. And you could just buy the whole tub full of sodas and you just walk out with it. It was like $10 or something ridiculous. It was amazing. It was so cheap, like unbelievably cheap. That's one thing I found very, very cool. Because of my love for soda, of course. Honey Ann, I don't think it's Oreos. No, not Oreos, because we have those here. I don't know, I'll remember in a bit. I'll remember what it is, it'll come to me and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's that. By the way, when you guys watch this, is there like a delay? Because it feels like sometimes when I'm talking about stuff, the questions that are in relation to it pop through on the chat like a couple of minutes behind. Is that right? Is that true? Is there a delay on chat? How you see it? I don't know. Honey Ann is saying she wasn't a geek, but a nerd. I was spared being bullied because my sister used to threaten my classmates. Yeah, I used to do a similar thing for the geeks, because like I liked the geek games. I liked watching never played Warhammer, so I couldn't afford it, but I liked watching people play Warhammer, and I liked playing Magic the Gathering. And a friend of mine gave me a couple of cards, and then because I was a bit of a wheeler dealer, so I'd like trade cards with people, and I made my own deck, and then I started collecting properly, and then I did save up some of my own pennies to, you know, buy some cards brand new and things like that, and I really liked it. So I got in with the geek crowd, but you'd always have the bullies that come around and try and spoil it. I remember once a lad came into the into my school classroom, the form room they call it. So came into the form room, and me and some others were playing Magic, and this other guy that was meant to be one of the tough kids, you know, came in, and he started kicking off with all the geeks, and I was playing out, and I don't like that kind of thing, so I stepped up and sorted him out. And I remember it was right in front of the teacher. I got in trouble for that as well, and I was helping them out, but I got in trouble because I hurt this kid that came into the room, but only because he was being a complete tit. You know, you don't come in and be rude to people. But yeah, so I did my thing and looked after people, which I like doing. I like looking after people. It's nice to do. Yeah. So you was a nerd. Okay, so difference between geek and nerd then. Okay, let's have some definitions here between geek and nerd. What do we think geek is? What do we think nerd is? Stick it in the chat. I'm going to dunk a biscuit. Oh, that PX was like a mini Trafford Centre. Nice. No, I didn't see that. That sounds pretty cool. Ah, so there is a delay. Okay, there is a delay, and you need time to type. Of course you do, yeah. Righty, so we've got the claws painted at least. Whilst I'm chatting away. I've noticed there's going to be a lot of silver on this. I'm not sure if I like the fact there's a lot of silver. So... I'm loving the fact that this heavy bolt was under here though, because I was looking for a heavy bolter, a spare one, that I could cut from another model and stick on here. So, a right winner. I didn't even realise. It was right beneath my eyes. Yeah, so basically my kind of gripe was, you know, you shouldn't judge people by how they look, you know, or what they're doing even. Be interested and intrigued in what they're doing, find out what it is, see if it's for you. If it's not for you, absolutely fine, move on. You know, why waste your time talking to people about stuff that you don't like, or, you know, waste your time taking the mickey of people, or whatever. Just be kind. Otherwise you're going to have me coming after you. I won't be happy. Yeah, there's loads of silver to do on this. Loads of silver. And like I say, there's very few bits of colour outside of silver, actually, looking at this model and the pieces I've put on. And I could stick in whatever colours I want, really. But I am trying to be kind of true to the paint scheme that I've got on the rest of the army. And I don't want it to stand out like a sore thumb and look, you know, like a pink and blue garish nightmare from a Barbie scene against my other miniatures. So I want it to look half decent. So we shall try to keep it like that. So what's everyone else up to for the weekend? What you guys doing? What's going down? What's happening? Is anyone doing anything nice for the weekend? If you are doing something nice, pop it in the channel. Come on, don't be shy. Tell us all about it, as the newspaper criers would shout. Read all about it. Tell us all about it. Tell us what you're up to this weekend. Give me the juicy details of what you guys are doing. There's no Warhammer this weekend for me. Sad about that. Oh, one thing I should mention is I go on holiday next week. So I booked a couple of days off. So I'm going on holiday next week. So there will be no official live, but there will be a live-ish Minis and Muscles next week. And by live-ish, I mean I will pre-record it and press play. So it will go on the usual time that Minis and Muscles happens. So what we got? Bop, 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 bop. So Honey Ann is saying I was more focused on my academics and reading my books. Yeah. I would agree with that, as in that would make you a nerd. That's my kind of understanding of it. Not that I think nerd's a bad word, by the way. But if you're more focused on academics and reading, then yeah, that would be nerd. Yeah. And Tiffany is saying, same here, honey, which made me a nerd. Geek is more a hobby and interest thing, according to Sonic. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. Bearded Veteran saying, apparently geeks are intellectuals interested in specific subjects and tend to socialise with others in the same interest, where nerds are intellectuals that struggle with social interactions. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't know the part about the social interactions part. I personally wouldn't have said that nerds seem to struggle on that part, but not from with what I've seen from what I would call nerds anyway, or who I would call nerds. But don't worry, you nerds, I love you all. Nerds, geeks, jocks, whatever you are. Steve at Minis and Muscles loves you all. Oh, Tiffany is fitting a carpet this weekend. Mate, get your knee pads out. Ready to ram the old carpets onto the spines and what are they bloody called? Bits that the spiky bits that go in the corners and stuff. But anyway, you know what I mean. You're going to have to ramming that home over the weekend, so make sure you're prepared for that, because it's not as easy as what it sounds. It's quite physical, although you see some of these carpet guys that have been doing it for 30 years or whatever, just come around and bop 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 bop, do it in 2 seconds. Honey Ann is yard working and baking. Ooh, what are you going to bake? What are you baking, Honey Ann? Oh, here's a question, because Honey Ann will know, because she's in America. Can you bake Cinnabuns? Cinnabuns are my favourite. They're awesome. We don't have Cinnabon here. I'm pretty sure. I've never seen a Cinnabon in the UK. If I'm wrong, tell me. Cinnabon, if you're in the UK, hit me up. I love you. DJ Sonic. Hello, Sonic. Welcome back, my man. He's saying geek is models, hobbies, and nerd is work and school subjects, in my own opinion. Yeah, I think that's a general consensus here. You definitely have an announcer's voice. Why, thank you, Bearded Veteran. I'm glad I have an announcer's voice. I should do this for the rest of the stream. So I can talk either like this, or we can have the more excitable version, where you get 2 for the price of 1, Bearded Veteran. 2 for the price of 1. Maybe I should do adverts. How would you even get into that? I do like voices though. That's why in my D&D games all the time I do stupid voices. Just because I like them. I like doing stupid voices. Because I find it fun. And that's what it's all about. Oh, I had a bit of a disaster on... Well, not a disaster. But I was doing my homebrew campaign for D&D. And I wanted to do this maze. And I had 2 ways to do it. I had either a visual version where you draw the maze and the group have to make their way through. Or I had like a theatre of the mind, so an imagination version where you just roll dice and the dice tell you which way you're going. And I went with the visual version, massively regretted it. It's really hard to run a visual version of a maze drawing on a board, I personally think. If anyone is going to run D&D and they're going to try and do a maze, I would 100% recommend that you do a dice rolling version. And by dice rolling version, I mean run the maze and get your party to roll a d20. Prior to them rolling a d20, you want to have had a list made out of 20 different options of directions and things that happen in the maze. So you've already got it pre-written out, like, I don't know, one will be you find an open path to the left. 2 will be, path to the right. 4 will be, you find a minotaur or something. Or a magic box or whatever you want to put in the maze. Yeah, the visual one did not work out very good at all. So I was kind of running my group through it. And it got that bad, I kind of just run them through it really fast, as quickly as possible. I was just like, this sucks. And I couldn't then change it halfway through. So I just got them through it very, very quickly, out the other side, and we continued on. And sort of at the end, I was like, sorry. At the end of when it got out of the maze, I was like, sorry guys, that didn't really work very well. I apologise. Because it was a bit naff. But still, it was a good sesh. So I hope you're well, Sonic, and you're keeping all right. So I stuck this flag on here, right? And actually, it's a bit of a bugger because it's so sort of bendy and gets in the way. It makes painting some of the other bits a little bit more difficult. There we go. Just trying to tidy up bits where I've blatantly gone over with the silver. I'm just trying to sort of wipe it clean, if that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, we've got our geeks and we've got our nerds, and I think they're two very important groups, not to be overlooked or underappreciated or anything like that. And I think I definitely fell into a silent geek group, as in I would play all the games with the geeks, but I wouldn't officially be a geek, and I'd still do the right thing and look after them when they needed it and all the rest of it. I often play that game, do you ever find yourself playing stereotypically, you look back at all the sort of games that you play and you think, all the characters that I've made are like, they do a certain thing and they always end up, even if you try to avoid it, they always end up kind of doing the same role. And that's kind of me. So damn it, I just overshot there. I always end up playing like a protector, so my character becomes a bit of a protector of people. Whether it's an out for himself barbarian who ends up, becoming a bit of a soft touch, or whether that is, a cleric who's just there to try and help and heal people. Of course they're there to help and heal, but I find myself choosing those same sort of stereotypical characters which were relative to how I lived my life as a kid, trying to help the geeks, right? Trying to protect the geeks. Yeah. So what is this going on here? There is a Cinnabon in Liverpool. What? Cinnabon? Liverpool? Are you freaking kidding me? The bloody Scousers get a Cinnabon and we go and get one down here? What? Now that's just thrown me. I'm rather disappointed about that. Oh man, there must be one in London then. There must be, I just haven't seen it. Okay. Alright, okay. Breathe, Steve. It's okay. It's alright. I should be writing to Cinnabon to complain. What else we got? DJ Sonic is saying, and a face for radio also, Steve. Yeah, mate. To be fair, I've always said that. 2 wonky ears, one sticks out further than the other, big nose. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. But that's okay. I don't mind being the face for radio. Yeah, so back on our geeky defence and our general chit-chat topic. So, you know what? I just find that diverse sort of individuals that geeks tend to be, far more interesting than your, what I would say is a linear, cool kid, jock, talented sports person, whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with the talented sports person, by the way. I'm not saying they're all horrible people or something. I'm just saying, I just find there's more to geeks. They're just simply more interesting people. What I've found. But maybe, again, that's just because they're aligned to my personality, right? Because they're aligned to what I like or enjoy or find solace in. They then appear to me as there's more to them. But I am trying to be objective when I view them like that. By the way, what do we reckon to this little parapet that I've built for Mini Steve? What I did was I actually cut down the old stained glass window. So if you look, if we just zoom in a bit. If you look, oh, bit out. There we go. See on there, you can see the old stained glass. That was the old stained glass window, and I just bolted it straight on. I've glued it straight onto here, hoping that it'd look half decent as a sort of parapet for my preachiness as I stand on the top of my crazy Stevatron tank and fire away with words from the God Emperor. Spread the good word. Yeah, there's lots that I haven't covered in black, I've realised. Oh no, that gun's wonky. You see that? It's set wonky, that one. It should be tilted in a bit, but it's not. It's actually glued itself wonky. Darn it! Never mind. Never mind. It'll do. It'll do. We're not looking for perfection here. This is never going to win a Golden Demon Award. And to be fair, I'd be absolutely embarrassed in submitting this for a Golden Demon. But, oh, in case you don't know what a Golden Demon Award is, it's a painting competition that Games Workshop hold every year. And some of the people that paint there, oh my lord, they're amazing. I enjoy this as a hobby, and I do this for fun. Like I say, I'm in no way, by any means, a good painter. I'm just an average painter, right? But those people on there, crikey, what they can't do with a paintbrush, jeez. It's insane. They're so good. They can make light appear on models, and they can like do such cool things. Honest to God, I find it mind blowing. I went round the Warhammer factory in Nottingham last year. So they do like a little museum tour there with all the old models and dioramas and stuff of loads of models all together. And oh man, if you appreciate modelling, even if it was just trains, 100% you would appreciate the Warhammer museum. Oh my lord, it is amazing. They're so good. The paint jobs in those places are absolutely insane. They're really, really worth going. So if you're near Nottingham or you want an idea to go out somewhere, hey, in fact, is that like halfway between you, Tiff and Sonic? Maybe you could do a date to Warhammer World. Look at that. Not only am I bringing you the finest entertainment in miniature painting and geek talk, but I'm also sorting your dates out for you. How about that? Look, it's 2 for 1 here, isn't it? It's a twofer. Tell you, you're getting super value here. Super value through Minis and Muscles. You know, not just a not so pretty face here. I'm working on my apple pie, says Honey Ann. I can make good cinnamon rolls, but they probably don't taste as good as Cinnabon. Ah, okay. To be fair, I've not, and this is not slating your cooking, Honey Ann. I'm sure it is absolutely tremendous. But I've not tasted any cinnamon bun type thing that is as good as a Cinnabon. And I always grab the cinnamon equivalent. There's never anyone that's as good. Not one that matches. I don't know what they do to those buns, but crikey, they are good. And if you've never had one, you need to get one. Oh, in fact, that's not halfway for you, is it? I'm thinking about the date scenario. That's not halfway. Never mind. This game sounds like the Cha-Cha Slide. 1 to the left, 2 to the right, 3 take it back now, y'all. There's about 10 locations in the UK for Cinnabon. Oh, what? Oh, man. I am seriously need to do some research and go and find one. But 10, that's awesome. Cinnabon is epic. Right, if they don't sponsor me now. Did you see that guy, by the way, that got sponsored by KFC? Because he kept on talking about KFC or something on his stream. And he got free KFC for life. For life! They sent him like a token thing. And he gets free KFC for life. Just goes in, scans the coupon, free meal. Every time. That's nuts, right? Absolutely nuts. You should have done Mini Steve holding an open book whilst shooting as if he's reading out scriptures. What, like Mini Steve holding a book and shooting whilst he's reading out scriptures? Like that, with a book and shooting. That one? Am I being mad or am I missing something, bearded veteran? But that is exactly what he's doing. DJ Sonic saying fuel money and accommodation at Telford is bad enough. Got ya. Got ya. I just went round with the black just quickly because I started spotting loads of bits that I hadn't painted. So if I just slap a load of black in there. Righty. Let's go back to a bit more silver. Yeah. So did you not see, bearded veteran, the Steve minifigure with his book and his pistol? No? I thought I showed you. I thought I had showed you. Well, that is what he does anyway. He does do exactly what you're asking him to do. So don't you worry, my man. I've got you covered. So there's some little, like, really faint... Can you see these really faint decorations on the front? These tiny little areas. I'm going to try and do these in white. That's what we're going to try for. I think they would look rather nice. But be ever so careful when you're doing these sort of... Because sometimes, do you know what? Sometimes the brush is real buggy when you get that little tiny hair that just pops out. You get that little this little hair that pops out and it's not sat for some reason with the rest of them. How bloody frustrating is that, guys? Do you ever get that? Or is it just me? Come on, you bugger. Right, where's me knife? When the bit I get annoyed about is when you have a paintbrush and you're trying to do really sort of fine work and then you've just got these two little hairs or one hair on your paintbrush that just sticks out and it ends up getting in the way and you can't then get the bit done that you want to get done. So annoying. So I'm trying to cut him off right now. Does that do it? He's still bloody there. He's still there. How very dare he? Choppy chop chop. Right, let's just... Sorry guys for my moment of concentration as I try to cut the end of this brush. Fudge. Right, I'm not sure if that's going to work, but let's give it... Oh no, I think I buggered my brush. Damn it. Oh well, let's carry on. Oh, it's not terrible. It's not too bad. It's okay. We've rescued it. There we go. Okay, that's not too sad. Lovely jubbly. Okay, cool. Right, that's that in there. That's that in there. Alright. Oh, sorry, I was out of camera there. There you go, guys. You see it? Looks alright, right? Looks quite cool. I did, but black on black is hard to see on camera. Yeah. It's getting those details, isn't it? It's quite surprising how good a camera you need to get really fine detail to be able to stream, like, you know. Like this camera that is doing the top-down view now is like, it cost me a couple of £100. It weren't cheap. This is like proper steady hand stuff. I'm really concentrating now. You're lucky you're not getting my tongue sticking out. There we go. Here we go, here we go. Okay. Just there. Oh man, it's tense. It's tense, guys. God. Oh, come on. Oh no, they're a little bit right at the top. Let's go like that. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. And every time you move it as well, in these really fine details, you get a little bit that just sticks out from somewhere. You're like, oh, I missed that bit. Oh, I missed that bit. Okay, well that looks half decent. Oh god, there you go. How about that, guys? That look okay? Yeah. There we go. This is a little bit of detail. Let's get that skull whilst we're here in white. Just went over just a bit. Just need a little bit of black just to patch that. It should be good. Oh, sorry guys, I'm out of camera, aren't I? I always do that. What they should do on OBS is like a little ding every time a chat comes in so you can hear it. That would be quite helpful. That'd be good. Just gonna move that out of the way. What is it, 8 o'clock? Oh, damn, didn't shake it. What a fool. Silly schoolboy error. I was too desperate to have a drink. By the way, it's not alcohol. It is just coffee, but it's in a can. I'm used to painting stuff, so there's no way I could do that fine detail. It looks awesome, though. Thank you, bro. Mate, to be fair, you know, and I say this every week, I am not a pro painter. Or even, I wouldn't even class myself as a good painter. An average painter at best. Honest to God, man, painting's very, very hard. I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. I like the hobby of it, and I like the peeps. So that's why I do this. But you don't have to be good, though, and I don't think that should be everyone's aim to be good. Do it just because it's fun, right? But if you don't find it fun, then obviously don't do it, because then it's not fun. Stating the obvious. There we go, little skull on the front. Get a little bit more paint on there. What I've noticed on this track, I'm going to change our background music because it seems to go back to the same loop a couple of times. Let's try... Birth of a Star. That sounds interesting. No, that doesn't sound so interesting at all. Island Paths? Oh, okay. Let's try this one for a bit. Oh, it's like an eerie Island Paths. Huh? How funny. No. Oh, gosh darn it. Yeah, the bit when you're doing details like this and you're sort of trying to be really fine, I always try and brace myself. So I've got the model braced on the mat, then I brace my forearm on the table and then my wrist onto part of the model, especially when you've got a big model like this. But even sometimes when you do that, you cock it up and you mess it up. But, you know, don't panic, don't worry, because the good thing with paints is you can always, because it's water paints, you can always water it down and brush it off and start again. So never fear. Never fear. Your friend Steve is here. So let's get a bit of this gold onto our wet palette, because I just think I'm just going to start with a panel at a time rather than just going around the whole thing doing silver. That's just boring as heck. And you know me, guys, Steve gets bored. He gets bored real quick. So we will just do the front in all the different colours that we need to do. So let's just zoom out a little bit. Pop, 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 pop. There you go. So we're going to zoom out. We're going to get a little bit of gold on here. There you go. There's our little... There's our little thingamabobby. Don't worry if I go over this on gold, over onto the white that is, because we can just paint the white again. Hopefully won't need to. That's about it, isn't it? There's a little bit just there that's not quite right. That flag's getting in the way again. Damn you, flag! Okay, that's alright. Happy with that. So we've got these bits here. These two things. They should probably be some colour of some sort, but not the same gold. Or should they? Should they be gold? Let's try, shall we? Let's give these a... Oh, bugger, I've just put my finger right on it. What a douche. Let's give these a bit of a gold dusting. Yeah. So back to our geek topic anyway, because we were chatting about how geeks are cooler than what you might perceive initially. So as you get into your adult life, it's still, that perception still sort of creeps in, which I think is stemmed from your school years, right? About how, you know, geeks are not so cool. And it's sort of, you know, but actually you can enjoy both sides. So as an adult myself, you know, I've played lots of sports, whether it was football, whether it was triathlons, cycling. You know, I've done lots of different sports, and you know, you can do both, and that's what I think is the ultimate, if you can do both, because as I've said before in some of my other streams, it's all about body and mind and how you feel as an individual. If you can look after that mind by doing things like role-playing games, which are therapeutic to a point where you can, you know, overcome fears, obstacles, challenges, but in a safe environment, and you can also work out and keep your body fit, that is like the ultimate perfect combo. So my consensus is that everyone should not just play sports and do sports like they do, and most people don't even play sports, they just watch it, but you should play sports or train in the gym or whatever, and you should take the other benefits and the multiple benefits that tabletop games give you, whether that's role-playing games or whether that is just tabletop board games even, such as your sort of strategy games like Warhammer, all the way through to just you know, plain old Monopoly. They're so beneficial. So your sports is giving you, and your gym is giving you that physical contribution to life, and then your role-playing games and your board games, etc., are giving you that mental stimulation and that connection you need, again with people, sort of with stimulating conversation and challenging you in ways that sports doesn't. And I think having that sort of mixture of the two is absolutely bang on. And if I could go back now and convince, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should go and convince school kids to play TTRPGs. Maybe that should be my next job. Convincing kids to go play board games. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I think there's serious credibility around doing the both for body and mind. Be interested to know if anyone in the channel at the moment does sports and your geek hobbies. So you do your jock and your geek, and you blend the two. Does anyone do that? What are we saying here? That's why I have. It's a bit of veteran saying that's why I have a mod min to make sure I don't miss any chats. Yeah, it's difficult sometimes, right? When you're just chatting away. DJ Sonic, just get someone to sit in the background and shout ding. Yeah. Is that a volunteer there, DJ Sonic? Volunteering for King of Ding. Oh, that could be rather rude, couldn't it? Yeah, maybe we won't ignore that. Ignore that statement. We are not going with that statement, all right? Let's ignore that. Right, so I'm looking at this already, right? Let's just bring this into frame. I'm looking at the front here, and I'm thinking, right, we've got gold, gold, gold. There's still another eye here that needs to be painted, and it should be probably the same as that. I might have to change these colours, or maybe the crosses, to a different, like a more brassy colour. So I'm probably going to do that now. And I choose another colour. In fact, maybe you guys can help me. What have we got here? So we've got two things we could go for here. We've got Screaming Bell and Balthasar Gold. So one is quite a copper coloured gold, or a metallic, and this is more of a darker sort of goldy colour. So where do you think? What do you think? So we've got one or two. Tiffany's saying Modders does her best. DJ Sonic said, I can volunteer Tiff. He can sit here. He can sit there singing my ding-a-ling. Yeah. Sorry, Tiff. I think your other half has volunteered you for duties. Just gonna give these a good shake. So what we're feeling, guys? We're going for the sort of brighter brass. Brighter copper, or are we going for the sort of more copper or brass? That's the kind of colours we've got. That's a brassy gold, a coppery gold. What are we thinking? This one. Oh, Butterfly Horse. Hello, Butterfly Horse. Gold number 2, which is this one. Okay, this is. I do actually like this one. Balthasar Gold is one. All right, the ladies have spoken, gentlemen. So let's go for this one. Okay, I like it. Let's go for that. Let's get a bit old splodge of that on the wet palette. I agree, because I actually like this gold very much. I think it's very nice. So I'm glad you chose this one. But I thought I'd give you guys the option, because it's nice to have interaction with people. I'm not saying that I don't have interaction with people. It's like confessing that I'm some psycho loner. Maybe I am. But no, I'm not. Thank the Lord. Right. So welcome to the chat, Butterfly Horse. How are you? What's going on in your world? Have you had a good week? That's the question that I want to know. As we've got this weird sort of calypso, spooky kind of vibe. It's rather odd, but we'll stay on it. Right, okay, that looks a bit better to me. Okay, so can I zoom in here? Whoop, whoop. Right, just take away a bit of shine. Can you see the difference between the two golds, guys? Hang about. There you go. You can see the difference between the two golds now, right? So you've got the gold of the two sort of statue placements, and then you've got the gold of those crosses, more of a coppery gold, which is nice. I quite like that. So let's go for that, I think, on all of the eyes. More muted, I think, is Bearded Veteran saying. I think he's referring to Tiffany's ding alerts. DJ Sonic saying it's like a herd of buffalo in here because it's the female buffalo that dictate which way they travel. Fun fact. Oh, nice. Hey, well look, you gents didn't speak up quick enough. So hey, look, if the ladies talk quicker than you guys, then that's not my fault. That's your fault. Okay, blame your keyboard skills. All right. Got to have fast fingers and type away, guys. And ladies, if you want to remain the dictators of the group, if you want to remain the Kim Jong-uns of the group, you must continue to comment and comment fast. Right, okay, cool. I just fancy painting that one now because we've started on the other one. I'm doing it, guys. I'm breaking what I said I was going to do. Can you see where I have a small attention span? I like that. I like that gold. It's nice. There we go. What's happening here? I did say, I said the more muted one. Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry. Alright, didn't see that. Didn't see it. Or maybe I did see it and I read it out and I didn't quite understand what you meant. Quite possibly. I am rather stupid 99.9% of the time. What are we thinking of this music, by the way, guys? It's a bit odd, isn't it? I think so. It's almost got like a Braveheart feel in this kind of flute that's playing. And then it's got the sort of calypso drums over the top. Very funny. So we're just doing this big Inquisitor's eye. Is it an Inquisitor's eye here? Or is it actually a sign of the Adeptus Sororitas? I'm not sure. I think because it says Adeptus Sororitas around it, you know what it is, but I don't think that's particularly Sisters of Battle. Not from my understanding, anyway. I could be wrong. If there's any real Warhammer geeks in the channel, pipe up and tell me, please. I would love to hear your voices. So what's DJ Sonic saying? Music wouldn't sound out of place in Assassin's Creed. Nice. I mean, it's alright. It's not bad music. But it's alright. It's just a bit... It feels a bit sort of too calypso-y to me. I don't know about you guys. It feels kind of calypso-y. But I guess it is called Ireland, so, you know, maybe we're sort of hitting some massive stereotypes there, but... Right, there's one eye done, that side. What do we reckon? That's quite cool, isn't it? Looks quite nice. It's quite smart, that. I quite like it. Yes. So what we got in chat? So Butterfly Horse said, had a laugh at work. One guy plays D&D a lot and said what I was wearing was like a warrior princess. Although he then went for barbarian Games of Thrones. I left it there. Well, barbarian. Now, barbarians they don't tend to wear a huge amount, to be fair. You know, stereotypically loincloths and things like that. So I'm sure you weren't at work in a loincloth. But hey, that's a compliment, right? That's a cool compliment. So don't worry about it. You probably looked awesome. So where is the music from? As always, the music is from our awesome, not partner, but our awesome app. Pocket Bard. That's where the music is from. Pocket Bard. It's an application you can download for free. It's got loads of music based for tabletop role-playing games. So you can jump on there. And if we just turn this up a little bit, what you can notice you can do is you can increase or decrease the intensity. So if I decrease it, let's wait for it. Okay, now it's not going to play game now. That's weird. Let me increase it. Hang about. Ah, there you go. Can you hear the more instruments that come in? And as you slide down, you can take away the intensity of the music. So that's really cool. So you've got sort of the music that you can play, and you can turn the music off like that, and then you can just put in location music. So maybe we're just on the island itself with no music in the background, or maybe we're sat round a fire. Don't know if you can hear that. Or you could be on a river. You know, you could be sailing down a river, or just sat by the river itself, or by a waterfall. How about that? And it's got things like seagulls, but they're not working. Some spooky whispers. Oh, God. You've got rowing boats. So basically you've got loads of different effects. You've got thunder and lightning. And rain. Wind, wolves, booms, all loads of different stuff. So you can choose your sort of theme. And we had island paths on there. So let's go to desert, for example. And let's press the explore button. So when you're playing your tabletop role-playing games and you're exploring, you could put on a theme that's suitable for the area that you're in at the moment, right? So if we were in a desert, we could play this one. And it's just nice background music that you can have for your players. I always like this. It's a very good app. And it is free. So there's basic music that is free. Yes, you have to pay for some of the more expensive stuff. Come on, you have to pay for pretty much everything nowadays, so don't be surprised. But the free version is still absolutely banging. You just don't get as many settings. So I would advise you go and get Pocket Bard now. And just to reiterate, I'm not paid by Pocket Bard. They do not do anything for me. You know, I don't get financial rewards, or they don't bribe me with Cinnabon. I just think it's a bloody brilliant app. And it should get some credit because it's very, very cool. Oh, here's a geeky thing that I forgot to talk to you guys about. Or I did kind of mention it last week. So I am going to Comic Con this year. London Comic Con with Game Therapy UK. So Game Therapy UK are a UK registered charity that provide therapeutic gaming to a variety of different groups, from homeless groups to veterans to schools, libraries and clubs to people with autism. There's a ton of groups that game therapy support. I work on the veterans side, and I am going to Comic Con this year, London. I was there the other year as well. I do a lot of the events with Game Therapy UK. But I will be at Comic Con. I am going to take my vest with me, so I am going to pop around Comic Con in my vest and do a couple of live streams from there, which will be quite cool. But if you are going to Comic Con, come and find me. Come and find me at the Game Therapy UK stand. It would be very cool to see you guys come along and to see some of you in person. If I haven't met you before, it'll be absolutely awesome. So that is on the weekend of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, October 25th, 26th, 27th, I believe, which is next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's a cool place to go. If you've never been to Comic Con before, it's quite a crazy place. There's loads of stuff going on, and I mean loads of stuff. From they have a retro gaming corner they did the other year where you can just go and play old retro computer games. They have talks from people that do write cartoons, or maybe celebrities in the D&D world. They have lots of different sort of meet and greet type opportunities as well, so you can meet famous people that are in the sort of geek community. It's a very geeky event. Loads of people dress up for it, so if you do head into London, you will see a plethora of different costumes, people wearing different costumes. If you've got kids, it's a great place to take kids, because the kids will just be absolutely amazed at what people wear to these costumes. Absolutely, people spend hours. These cosplayers spend hours and hours and hours, perfecting their costumes to look like, their favourite cartoon character or their favourite computer game character, whatever it is. It's an awesome event. It's over 3 days. I will be there on the Game Therapy UK stand, and I will be there for you all if you want to come and say hello. So there's the plug. Well, not really a plug, but what's DJ Sonic saying? Leave it on the waterfall, river one, to see how long it takes for someone to need the bog. You cruel man. It's like water torture. Yeah, I think I'll probably be the one that needs the toilet first. That'll be a bit disappointing. I still think you should come to Telford with us all. Oh crap! Yeah, when is that? When is Telford? Right, I'm getting my phone to remind me. Come on, Bearded Veteran, drop it in the chat. When is Telford? Tell me. I'm going to stick it in my diary now. Right, I've got my diary open. When is Telford? Right, I've got my diary ready. So as soon as you tell me, I will stick it in my diary so I don't forget. But now we have the eye done on this side. We've got the eyes done on the front. I do need to tidy the front up a bit because I did overshoot on the right, as you're looking at it, on the left hand side there, so we can tidy that up quick. So I just need to put some black on there. Whilst this, just to tidy that up. Do. There we go. So that looks better. Just tidied up the edge. November this weekend. Oh yeah, that's right. November 9th and 10th. Right. Okay. November 9th and 10th. Right. Telford event. What's it called? Models something, isn't it? 9th and 10th. Right. Add. Right. It's in my diary. So I do have it on there. So that's good. So I shouldn't forget. DJ Sonic, is saying Comic Con is a bit like Halloween for adults on a night out. The only time you get to see half a dozen Oompa Loompas kicking the crap out of Superman. Yeah, I have not seen that yet, but I'd be intrigued to see it nonetheless. Seeing Oompa Loompas beat up Superman would be rather amusing, right? Let's just turn it on its side so you can see the side. It is quite a crazy place. If you've never been to a Comic Con before, and I remember the first time I went was only like 2 years ago, and it's nuts, absolutely nuts. Like the costumes, the people, the like amount of people is crazy. All the different stands. There's loads of artists there that sell things from. They do like portraits. They do like loads of their own artwork on geeky stuff. Oh man, there's just too much to mention. It's bloody mad, but well worth going. So if you haven't been, 100% you should. You should definitely go, and then you can come see me, and we can hang out and have a coffee. Right, I thought I'd just paint the centre of this darker red. So we're going with corn red, just in the centre here. So I thought it'd be quite a nice off colour to put in there. I thought that looked quite cool. So the theme that we've got on now is desert, just in case you're wondering. The desert theme on Pocket Bard. They all kind of have a sinister kind of feel to them. Like that bit. Did you hear that bit there? Dead, 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 dead. There you go. That's sinister as hell, isn't it? You know something bad's going to happen when that plays. But it is very good. I like. So we've got a little bit of red in there inside the gold, which I think looks quite nice. Do the top part. Do 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 do. Did you guys all see the stained glass window at the start as well? I don't know if you joined late or you watched from the beginning and just caught up. We do have the stained glass window as well. So just in case you haven't seen it, look at the stained glass window. Oh, that way. Look how cool that is. That is going on the back of the tank because it's freaking epic. Alright, let's stick that there. Oh god, have I just broken it? Lay that down. Where's that come off of? Sometimes I get chunks of resin and plastic on my desk and I'm like, oh no, have I broken something? It's often not. It just looks like it is because I failed to clear up correctly after myself. So, there's the scary noise. What we got going on in chat? Loving the red on that. That looks sick. Yeah, I think it looks pretty pimp, doesn't it? I'm going to tidy up the gold again. I should have started with the red on the base, actually, to be honest. But again, my painting is normally quite chaotic in this. I don't really follow a pattern or anything, or the correct way I do it. However my crazy mind sees it. But yeah, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It does look pretty sick. There you go. Ooh, have you got any UV resin? Yes. Do you know, I've just ordered UV resin. Literally yesterday I put in an order for it. And also for a toxic UV resin. I've seen it a lot. I'm really impressed with how it looks and how it makes the models stand out. I really, really like it. So I did get myself some yesterday. So yeah, man, I will be doing some of that. That's for sure. And you're right, it would look quite cool on this area. Just to top it up. Right, I'm going to be a bit more slapdash because I know I've got to go back over with the gold now. Because the gold is needed round the edges, so that's fine. So if you think it looks messy right now, don't worry. We shall tidy it up. Hold faith. Hold faith, my mini makers and my muscle shakers. We will get there. Come on. Slap a bit of that in there. Slap a bit of that in there. Round there like that. Get in that little corner. It's always the little recesses that are buggers. You think you've done it and you go back to it afterwards. You're like, oh, I missed that bit or I missed that bit. What we got here? Chris H. Hello, Chris H. It looks awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to Minis-N-Muscles. I don't believe I've met you before. Welcome. Yeah, we're just painting our kit-bashed Sisters of Battle Rhino, which we're converting into an immolator with some custom-built flamers here on the front. We've moved our turret to the back, so she now sits on the back. We've got a hunter killer missile to go in here. We've got a lovely little flag, and we've got a beautiful stained glass window to go on the back of the tank. And of course, our Minis-N-Muscles, Steve, as in me, miniature. So I don't believe I've met you before, Chris, so welcome. Absolutely wonderful to have you on the channel. Here at Minis-N-Muscles, just for a quick update for you, sir, we talk about absolutely everything and anything to do with the geek world. So it could be something to do with Warhammer, like we're doing today. It could be Dungeons and Dragons. It could be retro gaming. It could be anything you guys really want. It's just a nice, lovely little community where we just talk and shoot the breeze. So welcome. What does my arm tattoo say, Steve? Oh, okay. So there's two. Look, right. I tell you what. I'm not going to tell you. If anyone can decipher these, then points. So there you go. Hold them on there. Take a screenshot. Decipher them. If you can decipher them, I'll be very impressed. Very impressed. So there you go. There's your challenge, mini makers and muscle shakers. Decipher Steve's tattoos. What do these strange hieroglyphic drawings say? Butterfly Horse is saying Saturday's sold out. Oh, you're talking about Comic-Con. Saturday's sold out. Crikey. I wouldn't have thought that would have been sold out. Well, I am there Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be there Sunday as well, if you can make it, or Friday. I'm just trying to think. Don't know if I'll have any spare passes. I don't think so. Otherwise, I'd be able to offer you some spare passes as a act of kindness. We were talking earlier about act of kindness, right? And doing the nice things for people. It's always nice to do nice things to people. If you can. There's no expectation. But if you can. Sometimes some paints just don't spread nicely. They are names. Chris H is saying they are names. That's what you reckon, Chris, is it? Well, you, sir, shall have to decipher them and tell me what you think, if you know what it is. Oh, sorry, I'm just painting out of shot now. I just decided to whack over to this scroll that's down the side. There's two scrolls on the side, and I'm just slapping some Morghast bone across these very, very quickly. Just so I can start on this, but just it makes it look a bit cool. Hold my right arm up. There you go. There's my right arm. So yeah, there's your challenge. But yeah, Comic-Con is coming up. So you'll say that DJ Sonic's saying runes. They could well be. They could well be. So you're saying runes, DJ Sonic. You got Chris H is saying their names. Oh, the plot thickens. The plot thickens. I wonder what they are, guys. Who knows? Who knows what they are? Could be absolutely anything, couldn't they? Could say wee bum poo juice. Could say anything. Don't ask me where that just came from in my mind. Oh my lord, I just said that live on YouTube. Jesus, Steve. No, I'm not Jesus. I'm not. My name is not Jesus, Steve. I wish I was. I could walk on water then and make wine from water. And fish from bread or whatever it was. I should really know that, shouldn't I? Oh dear. So I'm just painting these little bits of cloth that are hanging off the bottom of our tank, just because I thought they looked cool. So I thought I'd give them a bit of colour whilst we're here. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing as I'm sort of flipping this tank around like a madman, just sticking some colour all over it. Just because it just breaks it up a bit, you know, when you've got that little bit of colour in between the two. We will go back and do the gold as well. Don't panic, I'm just letting it dry. So I just thought I'd do something else whilst that's drying. Let's flip to the other side and do the same on the other side. Just so we're matching. So we're just going on the same sort of sketch. A very watered down Morghast bone here, and you see sometimes it doesn't quite go on as thick as you like when you do water it down, so you're going to have to go over again because you'll see lines of black and stuff underneath, but that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about that. That's absolutely cool. So everyone's gone quiet, so I'm assuming that you're all trying to decipher codes right now. So anyway, whilst you're trying to decipher codes, people, what we else got? DJ Sonic saying Viking letters. Oh no, I missed that earlier. Sorry, Sonic. Might be Viking letters, might not be Viking letters. Who knows? According to the runic alphabet, the first two are L and TH. Well, that's if they're runes that you're thinking of. Runes of what? Who knows? Are they runes? It's just so confusing, isn't it? Just so confusing. But this is quite a funny game, actually, isn't it? Funny for me, because obviously I know what they are, but not so funny for you guys. Like, what the bloody hell are they? And you're trying to research them. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of holding you to ransom here, aren't I, on my tattoos? 2 years ago now? So they're not that old. Was it 2 years or maybe more? Maybe 3 years ago. They're not that old, actually. There are more tattoos that I want to get at some point. I want to get one across my arm as well, and some other bits and bobs. What else are we talking about, guys? I've kind of now we've gone into the tattoo chat. Oh yeah, geeks and jocks and nerds and all that sort of stuff, and the goodness. In fact, oh crikey, we haven't even done our muscle moment yet, and it's 10:02. Jeez, Louise. We'll have to do the muscle moment in a minute, and I'll take a break and stop and pause for a breath. Right, that's got that basic done. Righty, let's just drop that. Let's go across to that one. Oh, huh? What's happened there? Oh my lord. My whole thing's gone all tits up. What? Oh man, what's happened to my Discord, guys? I am here. Don't worry, I am still here. I just don't know why my Discord has gone crazy. It's just wiped What the hell? Oh my lord. This is madness. Right, I can't go back to that view because for some reason my bloody Discord's lost all of my frames that I've built. Right, okay. Okay, breathe. Take a moment. I shouldn't really have that coffee because it's now 9 o'clock and I should have started drinking it at 8, but never mind. I have a swig of water which I've got here. Excuse the massive mineral water bottle. So, let's just move that out the way and put it there like that. And just bring our tank into view just so you can look at that, look at that for now. In fact, no, let's do this. There you go. There we go. Look, I'll bring our lovely little stained glass window into view. That would be funny if it translated the tattoos said Saturday sold out. Yes. Butterfly Horse is saying easy. Bearded Veteran is saying StreamYard is so much easier. StreamYard. What stream? Is that the streaming platform over OBS, is it? Possibly. But anyway, it wouldn't be Minis and Muscles if we didn't talk a moment about muscles, right? So, I did want to talk to you guys. I didn't realise the bloody time. And sometimes I chat to you guys, the time absolutely flies. But we're now on 5 to 9, so I should do our muscle moment. Because if we didn't do our muscles moment, it wouldn't be the channel where the brawn meets the brush. The whole point, right? So, I wanted to talk today about leg training. And by the way, at any point during this, you can jump into the chat with your own views, your own thoughts, and, you know, sticking your own questions into the chat. It'd be absolutely lovely to hear your thoughts on fitness. But I wanted to speak about leg day, right? So, in the world of going to the gym, there's so many people, right, that go to the gym and they go there and they train upper body and upper body only, and then they walk around with these exceptionally tight trousers or leggings, and their legs are like drain pipes. Their legs are like smaller than my forearm. Absolutely weird if you ask me. However, some people like to do that. That's fine. But there is a massive benefit to doing legs. Not only do you if you don't do legs, you look disproportionate, right? And you have very skinny legs and you have a huge upper body. But actually, legs grows the whole body. So yeah, there's I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger that was talking about this in one of his Pumping Iron movies or something like that, about the benefits of legs. So it gives you, first of all, full body balance. So when you're doing a lot of exercises with your legs, you're also activating your core. And quite often, you do, even if you're doing things like squats, you're using your shoulder muscles and your arms, even though they're not under full tension. You're using your shoulder muscles and arms for like supporting the bar on your back, for example. Or if you're doing a front squat, you'll hold it the front, around the front, across your chest. So it's full body, regardless. Yes, you're primarily working the legs, but you do get a lot of functional benefits from doing leg exercises, especially squats and lunges and things like that, across the whole entire body. DJ Sonic is saying Johnny Bravo types. Yes, like super massive, and then they've got tiny little legs. And why do they insist on these skinny jeans? Like, I hate skinny jeans anyway, but why do they insist on them? Because they look really weird, like super weird. So it's a very strange concept. But anyway, legs helps you grow stability all the way through the body, and especially, like I said, through your core. So actually having strong legs is massively important because we spend all our days, or should do, standing up. Although quite often now, like I am, sitting down. I should probably do this from a stand-up desk, shouldn't I? That'd be good. But you spend a lot of your time sitting down nowadays, or lying down, because we're quite a lazy culture. But actually, anatomically, we should be stood up 99% of the day, pretty much, apart from when you sleep. So doing a leg exercise just builds and strengthens your legs, and sort of contributes towards that lack of where we're not stood up and not using our legs as much as what we should nowadays. So it's important, right? Because it helps things with posture, for example. And it helps, keep your back straight and your shoulders back, and you having a good posture, and it keeps you, it sort of helps in the deficiency where we're sat on our asses. Strong legs are essential for everyday things, whether it's walking, sitting, crouching, running. It's massively important that we do train our legs. Obviously, we spoke about the aesthetic benefits, so you don't want to look mismatched. Actually, if you're doing bodybuilding or anything like that, you want full symmetry. So you want your legs to be as big as what your upper body is, and vice versa. You need to think about how you can compensate for an imbalanced physique. And often, actually, I find, leg days are some of the hardest training days I ever experience in the gym, and I always come out of them. Even if I'm doing like leg press, I'll finish that set, and I'll have pushed out 8 reps or whatever it is, 10 reps, 20 reps. Actually, I've pushed up my reps on my legs, so I'm normally on leg press and doing 20s, and sometimes on a set of 50. But anyway, I finish those sets and I'm absolutely dying. It gets me breathing hard and heavy because I'm absolutely out of breath, and I'm absolutely hanging out for my life. So it's a really, really good workout that you can get through legs. You should always try compound movements, especially things like squats, deadlifts, lunges, leg presses, all essential. Well, I say essential. Actually, I can't do deadlifts because I have sciatica, and it triggers my sciatica, and that's it. It buggers me. So, and even squats, I can't go quite far as down, but I can do deadlifts with very little weight, and I can squat with heavy weight, but just can't go butt to calf. But that's absolutely fine. In the chat, what's happening? Butterfly Horse is saying 2 tattoos now, maybe 1 more. Oh, so you've just got a new tattoo. Nice. Maybe 1 more. I wonder what you'll get. It's exciting. I've been thinking about a new tattoo myself across my arm, and sort of encompassing part of my chest and then part of my scapula as well across my back. So I did notice, guys, that everyone dropped off the chat when it was talking about the tattoo challenge and trying to decipher what my tattoos are. So yeah, I see you, you little cheeky mini makers and muscle shakers jumping off. So we were talking about the those compound movements, which are really, really good. And you could do the squats, deadlifts, lunges, and leg presses. That's just 4 exercises. Really, really simple exercises. And that could just be your workout, those 4 exercises. There are lots more things like calf raises, all the rest of it, and other sort of exercises for your glutes and stuff, so you can isolate certain areas. But 100% legs are so important. I think, was it Arnold? I think it might have been Arnold that said no, it's The Rock, actually. I think it was The Rock that said he does 2 leg sessions a week. I think that's crazy, because I'm buggered after my leg sessions. But also he gets to train every single day, and with the best gym in the world. So hey ho. So you've got your compound movements, and like I said, isolation exercises like hamstring curls, calf raises, leg extensions. So you can then add that into those compound movements. So you've got those 4 compounds and 3 more isolation movements, just the ones I've mentioned, to build out 7 exercises for your full leg regime. That's absolutely perfect. Start on 3 sets of 10. I always say to people, start on 3 sets of 10. Go in there, try it out. See how you can do. What else? So, did you know there's an increased hormonal response when you do leg workouts? Did you know that, guys? I was doing a bit of research about it, and yes, you do get that. So leg workouts, I've got here, often involve large muscle groups, leading to greater hormonal responses, like increased testosterone and growth hormone, which can help in overall muscle building. So when I said at the start, legs exercises grow the whole body, because it stimulates the body in that way. For a guy, it's testosterone and growth hormone that it promotes. Obviously, the older we get, the less of that we have, but we try to do our best. but it does promote that across the body. So, you know, large muscle groups do help with those. So if you're suffering on low testosterone, or you want to help increase your growth overall, incorporate legs exercises. You do get a cardiovascular benefit. So I said earlier that, you know, I finish my sets, I'm absolutely blowing out. But, you know, I'm sitting and I sort of roll off the machine in absolute pieces. That's how it should be. It's a hard cardiovascular exercise. Trust me. I could take any one of you to the gym with me and you will be blowing out just like I will be. Tiff is saying, I ache walking to the bathroom. I'd love to be able to do more and lose the weight though. Yeah, well, Tiff, it's all there for us, right? You can 100%. You know you're not going to start and do, you know, all the exercises that I do, but that's not the point. You're not against me. You're against yourself, and you're setting your own targets to try and achieve what you want to achieve. So 100% you can. It's about stepping into that gym environment for the first time. Having a training buddy to do that would really help. So if you had someone you could go with, you know, holding your hand type thing, that would be wicked. What else we got here? DJ Sonic saying, few tats that I want, I just can't afford them at the moment. Yeah, tats are expensive, man. I'm talking to a studio in LA about a new tattoo, and that one across my chest and shoulder and back. It's going to be expensive, I know it, but it will be amazing. Bearded Veteran, basically doing leg day gets you horny and makes your muscles grow. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So if there's any other benefit from legs day, it's to get horny and to get your muscles growing. Come on. What better takeaway could we give you than that here at Minis and Muscles, right? Do legs, get horny, get big. Minis and Muscles. But yeah, 100%. It does. It does. So yes, you should do that. Anyway, because it is 4 minutes past 9, I will leave our muscle moment. Let's review our tank so far to this point. So if we just zoom out a bit, because I have no other cameras right now. Oh, we could use the phone cam. Let's see if the phone cam's working. Boop. Phone cam is working. Here we go. But for some reason, look, it's taken my picture out of the corner. It's stuck another picture of the tank there. That's so weird. So here, this is what we're looking like so far, guys. Look at that awesome that stained glass window is. If you come around the side, there we go. Let me come around this side. Oh, come around this side, and we've got the same. Sorry, poor lighting. So that is our tank to this point. Oh, I forgot to put in the missile launcher, so let's just stick that there. Can we get it in? There we go. I've had to tilt it at that angle, otherwise a back blast is going to kill my poor sister. Oh, we're missing our Minis and Muscles Steve miniature. Let's stick him in. There we go. So that is what it will look like when it's all done. So you've got the stained glass window, you've got those flamers at the front. I might even put some cotton wool coming out the flamers and dye the cotton wool a bit so it looks cool. But that's how we are at the moment, guys. Hopefully that looks cool. Hopefully you're liking it. Let's just switch back to this one. Apologies as well, guys, so the camera's going nuts. I don't know what's happened there. That's really confused me as to what's going on. Kind of worried. So I'm going to have to go through all of the OBS now and redo it all, which is a pain in the backside. But I shall do it. It shan't take long. What are we saying here? Tiffany is saying, I'm covered in tattoos. Just ask Sonic. Oh, Sonic. Tiffany's telling that she's saying that she's covered in tattoos. Is this correct? I also think you're going to have to tell us about the ones on your arms. We're all stumped. Ah, no, it's a secret. If you work out the secret, then that is not a problem. But they are mine, and that's why I got what I got, because it's something that I know what it means, and nobody else knows what it means, and I think very few will be able to decipher it. But if they do, then yeah, who's to say? But Bit of Veteran saying the tank looks so cool. Thank you very much, brother. I very much appreciate it. The tank is looking cool. So what we talked about today? Well, we have spoken well, a general topic was around the sort of geek versus jock, nerd sort of perception, and how that kind of derived and why we think it's not great. We never get to the end of those sort of general conversations because we always get interrupted with talking about lots of bits and bobs. But yeah, I think I think the general consensus was that geeks are cool, and they shouldn't be sort of brought down or thought of in any other way than a huge contribution to the world. So I think it's absolutely vitally important that we have geeks in this world, and I think it's personally, out of experiencing both, I think it's the best of the worlds. So you get the fitness side and the jockery and the coolness, and you can also delve into the sort of more other things and enjoy that too. Why not? Because it benefits mind, body and soul. So there's my kind of wrap and take on our general conversation today. We did ram in a very quick muscle moment because, again, I lost track of time. I completely forgot, so apologies. We had to speed through our leg workout. But again, if you ever want any tips and tricks, proper tips and tricks that is in a bit more detail, bang me a message in the chat or stick it in the comments of the YouTube video once it's posted. I think through the link tree on my main YouTube page, you can even go through and find the email address as well. So I think it's just Minis-N-Muscles or Minis-N-Muscles at gmail.com, I think. Let's just check, just so I'm not fibbing you guys. Let's see. Oh, we've got a new subscriber tonight. I've just seen. Yeah, it's Minis-N-Muscles, N as in the letter N, at gmail.com. So if you want to drop me an email and you want to let me and ask a question about fitness and help, like Tiff, in your case, for example, you mentioned you want to get back into it. If you just want me to give you like a hand, happy to do that. No problem. DJ Sonic saying affirmative. A lot of tattoos on a woman is pretty hot in my honest opinion. Yeah, to be fair, it does look good. I do like tattoos on ladies. They look very cool. Especially when she's a goth. Oh, didn't realise. But DJ Sonic has a thing for goth ladies. Very, very cool. Then, to be fair, well, if Tiff is a goth, then you and Tiff will have a banging time at Comic Con because there's loads of goth people that go to Comic Con. That kind of style, I think that's the kind of term they would use. I don't like to prejudge people, but anyway, we do have a new subscriber. I just saw on my emails. I had a sneak peek at my emails, guys. We do have a new subscriber. So I think we might have got to 90. So we just had a new subscriber, Flora. So we've had a new subscriber, Flora Heights. And we've also got another new subscriber, Sure Sight, as well. Oh, man. So that means we might be at 90 subscribers. This is epic. This is well cool. Let me check. We're at 90. We're at 91! Come on, guys! 91 subscribers. Oh, yes! Oh, you say 89, bit of it. Mine says 91. Like, genuinely, mine says 91 when I look at it. 91 subscribers. I don't know if we can... can we see that? There we go. 91 subscribers. So, we are almost at 100, guys. Almost at 100. Come on. So, Sure Sight and Flora, I think it was. Welcome to the channel. We hope to see you in the comments very, very soon. Absolutely awesome to have you here. I'm just checking I'm getting their names right here. Yes, Flora and Sure Sight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for subscribing to Minis-N-Muscles. It's mega to have you here. I'm excited. You make me pumped just on thinking that we're going to get to 100 subscribers. Can you imagine, guys? We'll take over the world. Soon we'll be flooding the world with Minis-N-Muscles merchandise. Oh, talking of merchandise, actually, we could actually do, if anyone was interested, and wants the STL file for Mini Steve, please let me know. I can help you out. Drop me an email, minis-n-muscles at gmail.com. I do have the STL, so I can happily share that. Not a prob. When we get massive, then you'll be the first people to have the Minis-N-Muscles model. But yeah, yeah, I can share that with you guys, not a problem. What are we saying here? So I look more American punk. American punk. Mate, to be fair, I don't really know what. I don't even call people like goth or punk or whatever. Genuinely, I don't even get into that. Not because I don't like that, by the way. It's purely because I just don't like, you know, stereotyping or labelling. So I just keep it as people. Well, hey, Breed Adventure saying, well, hey, well done, Steve. Thank you, mate. I'll update when we refresh the page. Tiff saying, I am indeed a goth. Another great show, Steve. Congratulations on 91 subs. No, thank you. And I should probably say thank you to everybody. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Happy Friday. Well done for making it to the end of the week. It is always very, very hard. I know everyone goes through strife and trouble, and everyone has their own hard things that they deal with. Remember, there are lovely people out there that can always help you and always support you, so never feel like you're on your own, okay? Never, ever, ever. There's always people around that can help you. Drop me an email, minis-n-muscles@gmail.com. I'll speak to you. You know, I'm a friendly guy. I'll help if I can help. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody for all your comments in the chat. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for watching, whether you're watching it live with me right now or whether you're watching on catch up. So I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you so much. Remember, next week I'm away on holiday. So it's not going to be a live, but it will be a live-ish. Where I'll pre-record something and launch it at the usual time of 7 p.m. So don't forget that. That will be happening next week. Apart from that, next week is Comic-Con. So next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will be at Comic-Con. Come and find me at the Game Therapy UK stand. I will be there. I might not always be in my skimpy vest, but there will be a point where I'll stick on the vest and we'll do some streaming from the event. So there will be some stuff there. All right. Anyway, last couple of comments. Speed Adventure saying the only merch I've got, stickers of my channel logo. I never thought using the STL, my D&D character, as merch. Interesting. Oh yeah. Well, I just thought, like, you know, it's a cool mini, right? He's cool. He doesn't have this exact pistol. I've given him a pimp pistol, and it's rather big, and actually I want to change that out. But I want to get a hand flamer, but I need to buy one from somewhere. But yeah, STL file is very, very cool, so I think that would be a good trick. But yeah, DJ Sonic saying, nice one, Steve. Thank you very much, sir. Anyway, I will close off. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Love you. See you next week for the live-ish show. And then I will see you Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Comic-Con, and I'll also do some shorts and live streams there. Take it easy. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Peace out.